following program is a public service of Gulf Coast State College, WKGC, and Commodore Productions. And now, the Military Hour with Carrie Dieter.
Welcome to another edition of Military Hour. I want to welcome Jamie Warrick, retired Air Force, and you rose to the rank of E8. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't have to do anything all the while you were in. Is that correct also?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I know how that goes. That wasn't true, folks. But Jamie is Quatermaster with VFW Wainwright Post 2185 in Sherman, on Sherman Avenue here in Panama City. That, like a lot of other posts, not leaving anybody out, has sustained tremendous amount of damage. And you're going to bring us up to speed about what's going on and even how some of the programs might be doing. And
yes, sir. Yeah, before the storm, we were rocking and rolling, and we were doing a lot of stuff, and business was great. And yeah, this is definitely an obstacle for us, but we're going to get over that obstacle. And we're looking forward to what the future holds for us. I think after this is all said and done, we're going to be stronger and better after this. But yeah, our buildings had a lot of roof damage. And of course, there's a lot of areas that got wet and a little bit of mold and stuff like that. So we're working on getting that all taken care of. We have an organization called CMR Roofing Company, and they've been very generous to us, and they're going to replace the whole roof for us for free.
that is amazing in itself.
Awesome.
And the spans, the trusses, I think I heard are 40 feet across.
Correct. Yep.
Those are big trusses.
Yep. And yeah, those are huge. So that was another big feat also, trying to get those repaired.
Yeah.
So, and then SRS is their supplier for CMR, and so all that stuff is basically getting donated.
And CMR, you correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they buy Boyette and Casey in town?
That is correct.
Okay, thought so.
Yes, sir.
And they're kind of going to use that as like offices, correct?
Correct.
And
yeah.
then set up distribution. They're one of the biggest companies around.
Second biggest one in the nation.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the roof is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And so the next step is trying to get the place out, and we actually have a team called Hearts and Helping Hand that's been very generous to us. They came out and took a look at the place, and they determined that they want to tackle that as a community service. So they're going to come out and do all that for us also, and we've already got dumpsters lined up to get placed out there to get rid of all the insulation and the sheetrock and ceiling tiles and things like that. And we also just found out we're going to get a couple storage units to be able to store all our stuff in while they're doing all that stuff. So yeah, it's a work in progress. It's going to take a little while, but it's not stopping what we're doing.
Well, there you go.
We're ready.
And I say we because I'm a member there, just like I am at Legion and AMVETS. Well, you don't see me that often, but you know, I'm old. I have to have naps. So anyway, but we have a good neighbor right across the street, Jason Van Horn, that runs the salvage yard. He's been grabbing the metal and getting rid of that for us.
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, we've always
Thanks,
had a good.
Jason.
Yes, absolutely. They've been a really great neighbor of ours, and we really appreciate all their help that they've provided us right now and in the past. And so that's a relationship that we really enjoy.
All you young guys just amaze me because you're on task, you're on top of it, you're making things happen, and that makes it easier for us old people just to go in and watch and enjoy. So we need to get it done quick.
Yep.
And thankfully, along with what's going on at Wainwright at 2185, I think I heard that 392 American Legion, their roof was in the kind of neighborhood of about 40 grand. And I think they're just about there to be able to replace theirs. And of course, they'll have some outside stuff just like we do, you know, that has to be repaired. But community donations have been fabulous.
Yeah, it's been amazing ever since the storm, not just with us, but just in general. The community support has just been phenomenal. I've been very impressed with everyone just helping each other, especially the churches and things like that. We couldn't do it without them.
Oh, absolutely. And another thing too, all the posts as well are helping one another.
Correct.
And that's good. And 375 up in Southport.
You're right.
My goodness. Whew. They've got to demolish that building.
Yeah.
And I think that's happening this week.
Oh, really?
But yeah, and Kevin Remedies and his lovely wife, pretty much in charge there, and they do a stellar job, and they'll be back.
Awesome.
Don't know if they'll be in that same location or not, but
Right.
you know, hopefully that'll happen in that location. If not, I'm sure they would open somewhere else. But
Right. And speaking of other veteran service organizations, VFW 10 Triple Nickel out of Panama City Beach,
Yep.
they've been very, very supportive of us. They've supported us in the past, and we've had a great relationship with them. And they did a fundraiser to help raise some funds for our facility. Just nothing but big kudos to them.
Absolutely.
Not just for helping us, but they've been actively involved in helping the community also. They've just been doing outstanding work out there. So that's another great relationship that we have.
yep, Susan's doing a great job.
Yep, Susan and Anna both been doing
Oh yeah,
awesome.
absolutely, both. Yep, absolutely. And Jim Bowers, 402. He's with Riders and Legion, and they're all pitching in too. So good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah, we're
what
looking.
we do.
That's right. We're looking forward to get back up and running. I know a lot of people are. It's kind of down because we're used to seeing each other and
Yeah.
getting that camaraderie and you know, used to having that friendship and everything. And now it's kind of been put to the wayside for a little bit. We still see each other, but just not as often. I know a lot of people miss that, but we're going to get that back.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get that back, because you know me, I even started on you when I saw you first come in today. I always got to give you some, let's call it grief. give you a little bit of grief and trouble. But really do appreciate what you do. I wouldn't want your job. In case you don't know what a quartermaster does, he's like the bean counter, and tries to keep things all going and saving money where he can. And that's why he bought me a short stool. So I didn't have to pay for the extra extended
That's
legs.
right. All financial stuff.
There you go.
All financial stuff,
Yeah.
and it's definitely been a learning curve for me. I'm still learning, but it's something I take a great passion for, because if you're not saving the post money, it can cause things down the line to
Sure.
go haywire. So it's definitely can be stressful at times, but it can be very, very rewarding when things work out.
Oh yeah. And my hat's off to all you guys from all the different organizations that are the bean counters. You can have it. I sure don't want it. No.
Well, you do a lot of stuff for, I know, a lot of different veteran service organizations,
Well.
and including us, so we appreciate you also.
I mostly get in the way. It's like, Dieter, move. You're old.
No,
Get out of the way.
not too much. So just, you being as short as you are, we just stop
There we go. He loves the short jokes. So do I. But that's good. And speaking of short, I'm hoping that everybody, including 2185, that we make short work of getting back in operation,
Right.
you know, the normal operations, so
Right.
that we can go back to doing what we do, working programs and helping the community
Yep.
en masse like we do. So
We will. We
oh,
will.
I'm sure we will. So, on another note, personally, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, how you coming through the storm damage? Good? The family okay?
Oh yeah, family's doing good. My house actually didn't take a whole lot of damage. I mean, everyone's place got some
Sure,
type of damage,
yeah.
but ours was. We were very, very fortunate.
Oh, good.
Very lucky, because we had a brand new roof put on our place 2 weeks before the storm, and it was a metal roof, and it came out really well. The only thing that was wrong with it was some scratches that ended up just having to paint over before it started rusting.
Yeah, well.
But and of course I got, you know, no fence, just like probably 99% of the people.
Yeah, they're blown away. Yeah.
So yeah, we came out really well, and I have a rental property which it has some damage, but it's habitable, so it's gonna work itself out.
Well, that's good. Because I was a little dismayed, and it's not only Commander Jason Fergon, but you know, like Dave Sousa.
Right.
They're being displaced, and so it's kind of hard to get everything done when you're far away, like
Yeah.
Miramar, wherever. And then I hear that, I don't remember if it's today or when, but Jason and his family have to like leave during Christmas week,
Right.
and so they had nowhere to stay
Right.
during Christmas week. It's like, geez, are you kidding me?
Yep.
But then they'll be able to come back, I think. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. After the Christmas break, I believe they're going back to the same location that they're at. So,
Oh, well, that's
because I
good.
guess that was already reserved beforehand, so they just have to leave and come back. But
Roger.
yeah, a lot of fun. I can't imagine going through that stress.
Oh, no,
It's
no,
a
no.
lot of stress.
No. See, and we were fortunate in that respect, because even though our new home that we bought is got to be gutted, we still had another property that was virtually unscathed that we were able to go to.
Right.
So that was a blessing.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course, moving everything out, and with the mold issues, you wind up washing every stitch of clothing, and what has to go to the dry cleaners. And of course, initially the dry cleaners were all closed, but so they're open now. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
A lot.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
That's when you wish you were still young and had young kids, and you could go, hey, empty out that closet. But it's just you and the wife, and it's like, yeah, I got that, honey. Be right there, honey.
Know the feeling.
Yeah. Whew. Telling you, got to keep peace in the family and peace in the valley. So, got somebody for the roof. You mentioned helping hands.
Yep, and
They're going to come and start ripping.
They're going to start gutting the place out.
And you're going to let me take care of all the beer and liquor, is that right?
I didn't know about that.
That was a hint.
Oh, yeah, yes, absolutely.
But it won't be inventoried, right?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's all right. I don't have room to store it, so I don't want no parts of it. But in any event, once all that is done, then I guess we are going to be looking for somebody to mud and tape.
Right. So
I mean, we can paint, but probably need a pro to do that.
Yeah, we're going to have to put up some sheetrock and put some mud up. Luckily, we have Frank Wazakowski, who's an electrician. He's going to help out with electrical.
Hey, Frank!
Hey.
I got a joke to tell you. It's an electrical joke. Love you, bro.
But that's what's great about the team that we have there. Everyone's got something to bring to the table, something a little bit different, And without that, we wouldn't be as successful as we have been.
Yeah, and that's with every organization, whether it's a VSO or not. When you've got key people and you let them do what they do, it makes it work.
Yep.
You may not always agree with one another, but the goal is to keep it going down the road straight.
Right.
So, and you guys doing a great job. You really are.
Well, we appreciate it, and we appreciate you.
Dude, I'm a thorn in the side if I'm anything. You can even ask around here. They'll tell you, oh, God, Dieter's here again. But, I have a heart for my fellow brothers and sisters, veterans. And you may have never heard me say this, other people have. I just want to be able to finish out what time I have left, giving back when I can, where I can, and how I can. Yeah, I can't climb up roofs anymore. And you'll know when you get there, when you start knowing that you got to realize your limitations.
Right.
And God bless my little wife. As we're conversing, laying in the bed, she goes, I'm not going to be able to be lifting all that heavy stuff with you anymore like you think I'm a man. I'm like, honey, I know you're not a man. She goes, yeah, but I can't do all that heavy lifting. I said, yeah, I know. I'm getting to that realization that I can't either. I said, so I'll go light on you. So heads up, that all means I'll be calling on some younger people when we can get moved back in our house. So.
Well, and that's another thing that we do with the post is I know we've helped you move before in the past, and we've helped other veterans such as
392's helped me.
Chuck Kreider, we helped him with after
God
the hurricane.
Chuck and his family.
That's what we do. We take care of each other, and
absolutely.
Without that, then what's the sense of even having the organization? You have to have camaraderie, and you have to have community involvement, and that's why we're considered a nonprofit, because we do things like that.
Exactly right. And that's the way it needs to stay.
That's right. So do you mind if I talk about some of the programs
do
we
it.
got?
This is for you. This is for you, brother.
So one of the things that we've done in the past, or many of the things that we've done in the past, and is for instance, fundraisers such as the Kentucky Derby. We do once a year now, and basically it's a night for people to come out, and there's like some games you can play and some prizes you can win, and all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to the Hope Project.
Yep.
And as you know, the Hope Project uses horses for rehabilitation and therapy for people who have PTSD or brain traumatic injury.
Yep.
And
not just veterans, first responders.
That's right.
I mean, children, whomever.
Yeah.
And it's free.
That's right. And I know David Trogdon, he does an awesome job with that. So
Yep.
we provide as much support with that as we possibly can. In the past, we had Nevaeh Carpenter, who got in that
Yes.
burn from a church camp, who had to be transported up to a burn unit. I think it was Boston, Massachusetts.
Yep. That was a
And
miracle.
It was.
That story. Absolutely.
And I guess she's doing really well now, but we did a fundraiser for that to help her family with all the unexpected expenses.
Nevaeh Carpenter.
Yep.
Yep.
And we've had a child abuse prevention event where we raised awareness about child abuse and had events there for the children to do. And we had many booths there where they can get their fingerprints done and things like
Yep.
that. So those are just a small portion that we do. And one of the people that are a big part of that is Brenda Grimm. She's coordinated a lot of that stuff. So she's part of what we call the post 2185 reserves, where they're kind of like a reserves unit in our post, and they've done a lot of stuff to help us. And that organization's been growing quite a bit. So anybody that wants to help out, they're more than willing to come out.
Yep.
And another thing I kind of wanted to say is, one of the things we learned is we don't want to say no. And when people have an idea, we want to hear your idea. And there are times that we've tried an idea and it didn't work. And we were okay with that, because you might try 10 ideas, and it's that one idea that makes up for those other things that may not have worked out. And you end up making up a lot more in the long run because of that one idea.
And the key there is trying. If you don't try a thing, you don't know if it's going to be successful
Right.
or not. But
Right.
if you keep trying, guess what? That moves you down that road
That's
I was
right.
mentioning, towards making it all work. And real quickly, Brenda, of course we call her Bender, but what a go-getter.
Yes.
Full-time student, working as a volunteer, but she's really working.
Right.
And comes up with all these ideas. What a promoter that gal is.
Yes.
And she's in a band. I mean, how much more can she do?
I don't know.
Jeez.
We're going to find out.
Oh, there you go. You hear that? Fair warning, Bender. Coming to get you. But she does a really good job.
But yeah, and then we have a lot of organizations that used our hall in the past, not just veteran
Yeah.
service organizations, but other organizations such as the Machinists Union, Sambagina, where they do their dancing and things like that.
They're a fun group.
And we have other activities such as cribbage and darts and things.
Yeah. Got the 40 and 8, the combat vets.
Right.
You got the Purple Hearts.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's
There's a lot of different
good bunch of
organizations,
groups
and,
there.
and a big shout out to them, because a lot of them have supported us by
yeah.
giving us donations and things like that. And thank you to the bottom of our heart. We couldn't do it without them. So we couldn't do it without the support from all the other organizations.
So basically, and I'm just going to kind of mention this, we've got Jamie Warrick, Jason Forgon, we've got Kevin Delaney, we've got David Sousa, we've got AJ Bacon, and that's kind of the leadership.
And you got Dennis Harper.
And Dennis Harper, yeah. Well, he's like me, he rides motorcycles, so we're all
Well, he does.
troublemakers, so
Well, he does our house committees.
Yes,
so.
he does. Yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much kind of the core, and you guys keep things going. And like you said, you're not opposed to ideas being presented and things tried, and the meetings are open,
Yep.
so you can talk. Hey, come on. So, and that helps it work.
Because I know there's other organizations, not necessarily around here, but around the nation, where you get, sometimes I get that thought process that this is the way we've done it and that's the way we're always going to do it, or we tried this in the past and didn't work. We're not like that. We like to try new things and just expand, because we want to try to help out as many people as we possibly can.
Right, and any organization shouldn't change just for change's sake.
Correct.
But if you're changing to grow and to become better at what you do, well, why not?
Right.
You should. And that applies individually as well, because in my estimation, I'm not the brightest light bulb in the pack, but I flicker once in a while, and there's only two kind of people that won't learn or try and better themselves, and that's a dead person because they can't, and a fool because they just won't.
Right.
So we can all learn something. So.
Yep, and that's the other thing we've focused on, is trying to make it a family-friendly environment.
Oh,
We
yeah,
like people to bring
kid-friendly.
their family out, just have some fun, especially when we have events and things like that, you know, because that helps with the camaraderie portion also.
Absolutely.
So, one of the things that we have been working on, and of course it's probably delayed a little bit because of the storm, but we had put in an order for some ceremonial rifles. And
I almost forgot about that.
yeah, and so we're working on an honor guard team. Some people may not know, but if you're not a retiree or a person currently serving the military, if you pass away, you get a ceremony if you're a retired veteran or we're currently serving.
Right.
But if you didn't, then they're not required to hold an honor guard ceremony for you. So we're hoping by having this honor guard that we can close that gap and give some type of respect for the service that they provided, the service they provided in the military and for the country. And it may not just, and I'm sure it'll expand out to other things, but that's kind of one of the big focuses of that. And we're still continuing to plan on doing that. But we're really looking forward to it.
And now that you mentioned that, I used to, and of course you guys, some of you know, I got these 2 tears, blah, blah. Not going to go into all that with the rotator cuff. But myself and Boo Dog Tortorella, I think you know Boo. Bruce
if I've seen him.
Yeah, you know him. But he's a member down there as well, and all the other posts like we all are. But we did many flag foldings and funerals. And he's got some age on him and health issues. I'm getting age. And to do it properly, I mean, it's work.
Right.
And so I said all that just to say this. I would be happy to, and I had talked to it one time to Chris Tilstra, who is now deployed, he's gone, about putting together a team, a flag folding team for addressing the same thing you just did about veterans that are being interred or whatever the case may be, and doing the flag folding and the presentation to next of kin family. And I've got all the proper protocol and techniques for doing that. So I'll be happy to help teach.
Absolutely.
I just can't do the rigors of the folding anymore.
But,
so keep that in mind.
Dave Sousa, he was actually a big part of honor guard when he was active military.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's actually one of the ones that's going to be heading that up.
Do they make rifles that short? He's short guy. I had to do it.
Yeah, you just saw it down. We'll take care
There
of it.
you go. He's gonna get me when if he sees this. I'm not gonna send him the link. But anyway, that's another thing that brothers and sisters do. We give each other trouble.
Yep.
Because we earned the right to lovingly pick on one another.
That's right.
Yep. So I'm waiting for a short joke here. It's going to be a little bit before you
Can't do
tell
that in
one.
public.
Well, we're not in public. It's video. It's video. But in all seriousness, other than the steps we're doing now, has Brenda or anybody talked about an event when we reopen, other than like, hey, we're open again? Or any ideas kicking around?
Not yet, because I know this weekend we're doing a get together on Saturday as a Christmas party type thing. But as far as reopening the place, not that I know of, I haven't heard anything, but I'm sure there's going to be something. And I would be surprised if Brenda's a big part of that, because I know she enjoys doing things like that.
Absolutely.
And not just her, we have a lot of other people that help out too, such as Frank's wife Sylvia. We got a lot of great people, and without them we couldn't be successful. So
Ivy Bacon,
Oh yeah. So I imagine we're going to have whenever we do open, I'm sure it'll be a big grand opening, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to do something I promised Pam Mathis at American Legion Post 392 that I would mention. Christmas Day, 2 o'clock, they're doing a Christmas dinner at Post 392 downtown Oak Avenue. So if you want to go down there and have dinner, go do it. So Pam, promised you I'd do it. I just did it. So there we go.
Awesome.
Anyway, and when we're finished eating at a friend of ours' house, we're coming over to eat your groceries too. So be forewarned. But we'll only eat a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with more short jokes and little jokes than you.
Just appetizers,
Yeah, that's it. A little small, small appetizers.
hors d'oeuvres.
Hoovers Doovers, that'll work. Yeah, Hoovers Doovers. Jamie, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You
I
guys
appreciate
probably
too.
don't get told that enough, but I know you're all workhorses.
I know you guys appreciate it, and we appreciate not everyone's support. We couldn't do it without them. We can't do this ourselves. There's just no way. But if is there any? Can I say one more thing?
You can say whatever you
Whatever
want.
I want, huh?
Yep, as long as you don't cuss me.
If anybody wants to help us out, whether it's through manpower or donations and that, we would love to have you. More the merrier, you know. And if you're looking to make a donation, we do have a GoFundMe site. Just go to the GoFundMe webpage and just look up VFW 2185, and we're on there. And if you can't, that's fine too. But anything would definitely help us.
Yep. And here's how I've always seen that. Pennies make nickels, nickels make dimes, dimes and nickels make quarters, and quarters make halves, and halves make dollars, and fives and tens. So it don't matter. Just if you're going to donate something. Time or even a buck or two.
And when we get done with this, one of the things I had talked to the post commander that I kind of envisioned in doing is creating a really big sign, maybe put it on the side of our building or somewhere on the inside, I don't know, but of all the people that have helped bring this back together after the storm, such as CMR and Hearts and Helping Hands, and the donations people have provided to us and things like that. And I think that would be just a great memory.
Sure, yeah. And that'd be then hung or placed outside or inside?
I'm not sure. My vision is to put it outside, like we had that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, because there was one out there that did that very thing, and it was, I mean, it's nice.
Yes, it is nice.
And it held up to the weather and such. So.
Right. So that's the signs like that I envision doing.
Yeah.
So.
I'm more of like, if it was outside, it would be better and more seen by.
More visual.
Yeah, than just inside.
Right.
Because people could be coming by and like, or if they're even just pulling in there for an event,
right.
They see all this. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, look who meets here, and look who.
But yeah, Panama City is a great city.
Can you tell I'm advocating for it to be outside?
Yeah, I can. I can get the hint.
All right, don't make me muster up a bunch of support. You know, I am like a bulldog. I bite on the neck and don't let go. So, anyways, I'm probably going to hear about maligning bulldogs now. Not directed at Georgia fans, but the animal. So, in any event, Jamie, can't thank you enough.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Again, we'll all come together, and we always see each other here and there and hither and yon. And again, anybody and everybody, if you've got something for our community and surrounding counties as well that is veteran related or community related, and you want to get the word out, the door's open here on Military Hour. You have to forgive my voice because it is what it is. Not pleasant to hear, I know. But you can contact me via email at C2, the number 2, Delta Echo Echo Tango at gmail.com, C2D at gmail.com. Or you can call me if you really want to hear me at area 850-441-6279. Thanks.